Proper swallowing technique and creating suction hold is essential when it comes to making mewing subconscious. You have to remember that mewing is not the same for everyone. Some of you will have problems with breathing, which will affect your swallowing, suction hold, and the position of your tongue that you should keep. Me and my brother don't have any problems with breathing while mewing. It was natural for us from the beginning. Please tell us, what was your experience with breathing while mewing? Because we want to know your point of view and start some kind of discussion. How should you swallow? Your face muscles shouldn't be moving. The only muscles movement that should be visible are the muscles that rise up the tongue on your palate. To train swallowing correctly, you should smile as wide as you can. That will make your facial muscles active, and thanks to that, you will not be able to use them during the swallowing act. After you smile as wide as you can, you should perform adult type swallow. Mewing will be much easier for people who swallow correctly from the young age, because that means that muscles responsible for proper tongue posture are active and much stronger. The video that we have shown in our previous tutorial is worth showing again. In here, you can see that after proper swallowing, you create suction between your tongue and your palate. That is the suction hold. It is very difficult at the beginning, and as you can see on this short GIF, what you should do is to gather your saliva from your entire mouth and put it between your tongue and your palate. I do that by simply sucking the saliva. During swallowing, so pushing your tongue up on your palate, your tongue will splash the saliva on the entire surface of your palate, creating a suction which will hold your tongue without any muscle force. When is it difficult to create suction hold? It can be difficult if you have very high palate. But then this is difficult to mew in general, because you simply can't raise your tongue high enough to reach the palate. It can be also hard if your palate is very narrow and your teeth block your tongue to move up on the whole surface of your mouth roof. That will prevent contact between your palate and tongue, and air will not allow you to create suction. You should also focus on what part is suctioned. Is it only the front part, or is it the whole tongue? Ideally, you should create a suction on your whole surface of your tongue. That suction surface allows you to keep your tongue up without any muscle force at all. Of course, after learning how to swallow correctly and performing a suction hold, you should still tongue chew, because to mew subconsciously, your tongue root must be very strong. How can I understand suction? On this short video, you can see that you can create suction by creating sound of horse hooves. As you can feel, during the exercise, your tongue is glued to your palate just before it gets separated. The separation creates the sound, which is a click, the sound that resembles horse hooves. But you have to remember that that is a suction created between only some part of the surface of the tongue and the palate, and that suction can be broken easily. What we want to do is to create it on the whole surface. I repeat myself, but this is very important. Suction hold is also very important during sleeping, because you can't control yourself when you sleep. As you know, you should mew 24/7 all the time, and creating and maintaining proper suction hold will allow you to mew subconsciously during sleep. I think that it doesn't require further explanation. There is also one exercise that will develop proper habits, which is called mealtime exercise. To perform it, you should sit straight when you eat and put the food in your mouth. Chew it very well. Look straight forward and swallow using only your tongue muscles, not your mimical muscles. The video on this topic by Dr. Mike Mew will be linked in the description. How can I train swallowing and keeping your tongue in the right position to create suction hold? The first thing that you should do is to keep the position of your tongue on your palate after performing proper adult type swallow. Try to maintain that position for as long as you can. Remember that your tongue tip should be just behind your front teeth, but it should not touch them. If you can breathe in this position, that is very good, because it means that your tongue fits perfectly on your palate and doesn't block your airway. And if you can't breathe in that position, it may be caused by few factors. You have too long tongue, and because of that you block your airway when you swallow and mew correctly. And there can be another option, that your position is not perfect and your tongue is not just behind your front teeth, but more backwards. If I put my tongue half centimeter behind my teeth, I can't breathe. What you should do if you can't breathe after swallowing correctly? Keep the position that allows you both to breathe comfortably and to cover the largest area of your palate. Perform proper type of swallowing, and instead of keeping the swallowing position, change the position to the comfortable one. Don't force yourself not to breathe. That is damaging and will make you don't want to mew after 1 hour. Breathing is difficult for many people, from what you can read on mewing forums, so don't worry about it. I didn't have that kind of experiences personally, but there are many people that state that with time you will be able to breathe normally while mewing. If you are an experienced mewer, remember to leave a comment what was your breathing story. Thank you for your attention guys, and see you in the next tutorial.